I'm recording.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're
I
welcome.
don't see you.
Oh,
Hey, Rachel. I see the record button. Okay, so let's talk about this right quick. Before we do this training today, I'm going to take a quick moment to say, I'm going to say something about that. Lakeisha just said, she must have some fire to be able to deliver today. I do. I done put fire signs, smoke signs, everything on out here to be able to deliver what I had to deliver. I set up last night. You see this thick book? Writing out today because I know the level of importance of what it was. I posted out last night. I did not go to bed till 12:30 this morning. And in that, to make sure everything happened on time, when it needed to, everything, this occurred. So I'm going to use this on one of our personal development areas before I go into this today. Regardless, remember people say, oh my God, I can't get to the next step. How do you keep going when you don't want to? Because everything is frustrated and is doing whatever. Regardless of any situation, remember what I said to you. You have to always remember your outcome and why you're doing it, right? If I was not attached to right now in this moment, they need organization. There's no way everybody can continue to keep finishing out the end of the month without being organized. I need them to get the info. Regardless, if I was not attached to that, guess what would have occurred in this moment? I would have clicked on off, said, hey, y'all, let's just try it at a different time. Let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next thing. So I'm going to use this as a moment for you to have sat here for 45 minutes and you went through this whole thing with me. You better understand that when it comes time for you to do something for yourself, you got 45 minutes to keep working it through, keeping it going and doing what you need to do because you got to get things accomplished. So I want you to understand that like that. I was like, I'm going to use this as a teachable moment because at the end of the day, I need y'all to get this. So let's jump in. So today's meeting, the reason why I know it's going to be amazing and fire is because organization is the key to all things. Number one, being able to manage your time is important. Knowing when you need to do something is important. And also, too, beauty of knowing when to take something away is important. However, it's like, how do I know? Everybody's been saying, this is beautiful. This is great. How do I know what to do? Well, the way you know what to do is you have to know what you're looking to get. That's number one. Write that down. What am I trying to get? What do I want to have done? Remember when I said, share with you the other day, a huge issue with people is you ask them, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. And I'm going to tell you right there, if you don't know what you want, this whole exercise will go away. Like if you don't know what you're trying to what your outcome is going to be, it will absolutely not make any sense. Okay? So when I say, what do you want for the day? What do you want? Get specific with it. It's the same thing in which we tell you with a prayer. Don't just say, Lord, help me. Lord, help me with, so I can output, so I can do, so this can change, so this can hit. Hey, you got to get real specific. Before you start planning out and time managing your day, you got to get real specific. So you have to know what you desire. So let's think about today. The reason why I asked you to bring your appointment books with you, the reason why I asked you to do everything, because as I'm teaching you today, there you go. Everybody have your appointment book? Let me tell you the reason why you have it. Because when you hear things, the way psychology works, when you hear them, it's one thing. But when you hear them and you have another aid to be able to see where that correlates, it sticks in the brain. Okay? It will stick up here. Let me share with you another one. When you have a list of things to do in your head, don't it seem like it's a whole movie? It's like, I see everybody here going, oh my God. Want to tell you why? Because sometimes what happens in your brain is you literally have about 5 things to do. I kid you not. You sometimes have 5 things to do. But your brain will steady go, I got to pick up the kids. I got to go read the book. I got to go call a customer. I got to go to bed. I have to cook dinner. Dinner to go. I got to read a book. I got to pick up the customers. I got to read a book. minute ago, I got to make dinner. Your brain is set to do that. And it's because it has nowhere of output. It's going to keep rolling it over and over and over and over and over in your brain until you get it out. If you took the time to everything you have going on in your brain and literally just write it out, that process will stop. It will. Even when you get a new something to do, if you literally take it out of your mind, go put it on a piece of paper and write it out, it will stop. But if it stays in your brain, it's a movie. And then when the movie keeps replaying, it becomes overwhelming. Then after it's overwhelming, it's anxiety. I'm gonna take a step back. I can't do what you're telling me to do. I cannot function. So in planning, you have to know what you're desiring. Okay, you gotta know what you desire, what your outcome is. You need to be really specific, and then you need to be able to write it out. So what I did was real cool. I broke this out into 3 ways. There's 3 phases of being able to be in control of time management. Okay, first one, and I want you to write these things. I came up with 4 different zones of how you plan out your day. Now this is gonna get real deep. This is gonna get real tricky. This is gonna get like, man, I never thought of it like that. So what I want you to do down on your piece of paper is I want you to write zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. This is something that you're going to be able to use, and it works, and you're going to be able to use this in your life, period. Okay? Zone 1 is where you want the majority of your day. These are the things that feel good, got to get done, non-negotiables, 65%. I want you to write this percentage. 65% of your day should be in zone 1. You have to pick up your kids. You have to feed them. You have to clothe them. You have to shower. Working out is taking care of you too, just so you understand that. These are all the non-negotiables of the day. They are 65% of your day. 65. Okay? The reason why this is important is because everything else under the sun is going to happen. But if you don't go in your day, in your appointment book, and you put your non-negotiables, what happens is you put things that are not really important on top of them, and then they don't occur. So 65% in zone 1. In your appointment book right now, how many of you all have planned out today? What you got to do? Today is Friday. It's Friday. It's follow-up Friday. Hey, we putting some stuff in some e-sweets today. We're not playing today, just so y'all understand. But I'm about to help set you on fire to be able to do it. So have you planned out Friday? If you haven't, if in your book, when you go in here today is the 26th? Dang, y'all, it's the 26th. If you're 26, as we're sitting here right now, this page is blank, you're behind. I want you to understand that you're behind already. Because when you wake up in the morning and you don't know what you're doing, you're being reactionary to your day. Can't do it. Cannot react to the day. Have to be ready to go when you wake up. So if nothing is in here right now, you need to fill it. So I'm going to give you a task in zone 1. In zone 1, right now, you're going to get 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, you have to write out all the non-negotiables that have to happen today. You have to pick up your kids. You have to cook. Where is your shower? Hey, man, listen, this got to be scheduled. Comb your hair, brush your teeth. Where is this in your day? You get 5 minutes to go put that in that book. Hey, I'm going to tell you another one. If you didn't bring your book, you're behind. I said it. I said, bring your book to this meeting, so therefore you can do it. If you don't have a book, remember one of the things I trained you about was being resourceful. You better get you a white sheet of paper and you need to start writing. Do not sit here right now and not do this exercise. Get it done regardless. 5 minutes. Put in your appointment book all non-negotiables. 65% of your day. Go. I need some music too. Devil trying to stop me today. My cell phone dead. It won't charge. I mean, it won't even charge. Really? How does your phone not charge? That's okay. I'll put the music on the computer that want to be choppy. You got 4 minutes. Come on, Pandora. Because we're not going to have no dry morning when I done sent out fire signals. Yeah. You have 3 minutes. I love you. All right, here we go. Upbeat. How I like it. Two minutes. Non-negotiables. Things you got to do. I love seeing intense faces. Give me a smile with it too. Right. Because we're about to do today. I don't care what happened. We're about to do this. All righty. Your non-negotiables. You got them on out. Hey, every day, if you want to be ahead, not reactive, but you want to be proactive, take this exercise after we're done, after today, because again, we eat sweeten today. Did y'all hear that? We eat sweeten. Don't that sound excellent? We eat sweeten. So after today, if you want to take some time on Saturday and then you want to take the same activity over into next week, do it. What I did with my team at the beginning of October. So if you don't have this day plan and you on my team, you in trouble. And the reason why is because at the beginning of the month, what did I make y'all do? Go through your entire month and plan this stuff out. So if it wasn't here, that means you didn't do the exercise. So if you aren't on my team, this is the very first time. I'm telling you, one thing I posted last night was my whole November is planned. It is. I am very good at these things. So therefore, I know when somebody's asking me for something, I know where it can go. Because I can't do that. I'm on a trip. I can't do that. I'm on here. People are like, dang, you be real booked. Most of us are real booked. But if you don't have it out, you don't even know. You could literally be booking the time that you're telling a customer to call you back at the time you got to pick up your daughter. And it's literally because you didn't understand that that was your non-negotiable time. So 65% is all non-negotiable. Now what I want you to do, take a scan back over everything for that day. How much time now do you have? How much time do you realistically have? Do you have a lot of gaps in things? Do you have a lot of gaps? Or is your day already packed just because of your non-negotiables? But guess what? To have an excellent quality of life, Never take your non-negotiables off the table. Never. That's where people burn out, because they have too many things, or too many of the other things in there overlap with the non-negotiables. And then eventually you tired, you like, forget this. This is too much. I need a break. That's what happens when you don't understand how important this is. Okay? Non-negotiable. Number two is zone 2. Zone 2, write your percentage down, is 20%. I'm showing you how to 100% your day. 20% is zone 2. In zone 2, you have to plan for the things you can't plan. You got to plan. They're going to happen. Somebody's going to call you and say, hey, your baby threw up. Somebody's going to call and say, hey, the computer isn't working. Look what just happened today. That was in my 20%, y'all. That computer, it chunked off 40% of my day. 45 minutes of my day is now gone. You got to plan for that. You don't throw it on your calendar. You have flexibilities around it. So let me tell you where your 20% is. Say, for instance, you have a one-on-one with a teammate. Did you throw on 5 to 10 minutes behind it? Did you plan for that? Because guess what? Things happen. Somebody's phone didn't connect right. The Zoom don't go right. Nobody thought it was going to be 45 minutes today. But guess what? That was in my schedule today. I'm not so jam-packed behind them. So therefore, I can breathe. I can breathe. So 20% is into the things that you cannot. Give yourself time. Do not say, I have a call at 8 o'clock. I got a call at 8:30. I got a call at 9 o'clock. I got a call at 9:30. If you do, you didn't plan for something to happen wrong. And when you don't plan that way, guess what happens? When it doesn't happen, now you're all, yeah, ma'am, hey, I'll call you back. So you got to plan for that. Give yourself a little cushion. In my salon, my 20%, after every service, I get 15 minutes. Time for cleanup, time to go to the bathroom, time to walk outside if I need to. Plan for that. Do not stack things on top of each other where you cannot breathe. Give yourself that time. So do you need 5 minutes, 10 minutes? What is it? So in your non-negotiables, go underneath. I give myself a 15-minute rule. I have the calendar. I'm going to tell you, if you don't have it, I've been speaking all things. I have the calendar that has the time. That's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I need to see my windows. Do I have 15 minutes? Do I have 30 minutes? Do I have 45 minutes? For me, I give myself 15 minutes in between each activity. Okay? What is yours? What is your grace that you're giving yourself? What's your time you need? Do you need 5 minutes to transition? Hey, you need 30. What is it? Go behind all of your non-negotiables and go block that out. So that literally, that should take you like 2 minutes to do. Are you going to give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 30? What are you doing? Go behind in that schedule, go block that out. Go block it out. For me, it's 15 minutes. What's yours? Do you see how your day is coming together? Do you see how, now, like literally, look, do you have a whole bunch of gaps or do you have little gaps? See, you got to know these things. You got to like 1 more minute. This doesn't take a long time. You got 1 more minute. This right here is really important. Once I get through these 4 zones, you're going to be like, wow, there's going to be an aha that you're going to have at the very end. So we're at 65%. Remember, I'm teaching you how to 100% your day. 65% is your non-negotiables. 20% is you planning for the things you can't plan for. Things run over. That's life. You got to give yourself some grace. This is your give yourself some grace. The next zone 3 is your stress. Somebody just said, okay. Give yourself modes of stress. You're going to have them. You're going to have, especially when you're operating at high level of efficiency, you need to have those time frames. What are your stress debunks? So I'll share with you my stress debunks. I walk outside, away from the house, away from the kids. Sometimes I'll go in the bathroom and lock the door if I'm at the house. That's now been a new one, man, because the kids will come in on you. My team of kids are teens. They still will walk in, Mom. That's only 10% of your day. This should be spread out throughout your day. Now, will you use these spaces all the time? No, you won't. What you're doing is planning for them. Some days I don't need to walk outside, but guess what? All of us know at the end of the month, I need my stress moments. I really do. You plan for them. Now I'm speaking to you, somebody who has been in business, again, 20 years, has used this module. This module works. Right now, it sounds like, how could you plan for stress? Let me ask you, how stressful is your life? Do you wish you had an extra 15 minutes after you got home and the baby is on your thigh? Your husband's asking you for this, and you really need to get this thing on the, you really need to get your food to be cooked. However, it's alive. Look, Rachel didn't call it mandatory. Everybody gets the money team. And you didn't plan it. Now you're stressed. Now you out here taking confiance. You taking 4 and 5 pills. It's literally because you didn't plan your day correctly. Then zone 4, you ready? Is rest. You have to sleep. You cannot be up. Hey, some dumb person said, team no sleep. Team got to get it all done. No. Seasoned entrepreneurs laugh at that. We have to go to bed. Like, I cannot be up with you and only have 2 and 3 hours of sleep, because when does the body repair itself? The body repairs itself when it rests. You have to rest. Rachel, you should love this message. Rachel is team rest up, boo. You need it. You got to rest. You have to plan it. Just so you understand, you got to rest. You are not a better entrepreneur because you don't sleep. What you are is a tired entrepreneur. You cranky. That's what you are. And now you cannot output the way you need to because you're sleepy. You have to put that time in. It's 5%. Now, let me tell you where these all play. So they're like, okay, I know I got to go to sleep. Guess what? You only get 5%. So in your business, you got 65% of all the things that are non-negotiable. Guess what? Guess what else is non-negotiable, ladies? Work. Work is non-negotiable. It's in there too. You got to work. So that's why 65% of your day. Now, zone 2 is you planning, giving yourself grace after. You're giving yourself 10 to 15 minutes to transition. You are not a robot. You are a human. You have to have transitional time. You need to have things that you've already said to help you when you stress. I was sharing with somebody, dang it, I never have it when I'm trying to show it. They have these little fidget spinners. This guy made, not the little spin things, but he made this for entrepreneurs, because when you're in a meeting and you're doing things, you can have levels of stress, but you don't need people to see you out here as an adult flipping through a fidget spinner. Do you know when my life is really whatever? It looks like a little, and I'm gonna show it to you. It looks like a little chain, and I have it in my hand, and I may be doing something like this at that time frame because I'm giving myself that time. You know what? I feel it coming. I need this. Let me stop. Let me breathe. Go through. Plan that, and then you need 5% of rest. Now, the reason why you need to know these before you start planning out anything else, before I give you how to time manage, before I give you how to put these things on out here, you need to know how to take what you got to do. You got to understand what category it has to go into. You have to have a full level of understanding that before you do it. And the reason why you got to understand, here is where entrepreneurs make the mistake. Are you ready for this? Entrepreneurs make a mistake because they have unguided time. So you don't understand you're only supposed to rest for 5. You need to rest for 5% of your day, but now you resting all day. Now you at home and you done got on up, you done made a few calls, and now you done laid back on the couch. No, ma'am. That's not your, you are operating at 65%. This is not rest time. I'll tell you this, most new entrepreneurs rest too long. They do. They celebrate too long. Oh, I got something. I got a promotion, and now it's the 20th and you just now ready to work again. So if you don't understand, you needed that rest. You celebrating so long because you're tired. You're exhausted. You didn't put the right things in the right order. So these zones, when you're first learning them, they should be plastered on up in your house, in your office, everywhere you go, so you remember how to plan that on out. Okay? Now, next, what I'm going to teach you is I'm going to teach you now how to plan it. Like now I'm gonna teach you how to plan it, what you're supposed to do with it. But now you understand non-negotiables have to go out first. I'm trying to teach you how to de-stress. This is something that, like I was sharing with people this weekend. I have a team. My coach is Tony Robbins. We are required to have a team of 6 people outside of our business that we meet with on a regular. Do you know this is our activity? This is one of our activities. Do you know I have an itch? I have an itch to change some of my non-negotiables right now, and I can't. But what this shares with me is that how to put things on the plate, how to take things off the plate. So if my 65% is supposed to be my work period, I gotta work. So therefore, when somebody calls me and says, hey, Trayce, you wanna go to lunch? I gotta look on over here and like, dang it, I can't go. I can't because I've already planned this on now. Then I can look in my windows. That's why I like the period. Like right now. So here's my Friday. If somebody wanted to call, if a team member called me today and said, hey, Tracey, I need to talk to you, I go right to my schedule and can tell them I can't talk till 5:30. My day is already scheduled. There's the non-negotiables that are in there. There's the, I can't. It's 5:30. So everybody know that? You need to talk to me. It's 5:30. But if you don't have this schedule, what happens is you're going to put something in a non-negotiable time frame. You're going to get really cramped. And guess what? You do not output the best in that manner. You can't. Now, let's go into, I call it the Trayce Madre stacking method. When I lost 130 pounds, people were like, how in the world are you getting all that done? And I'm going to tell you how. It's because there was a system that was behind it, and it was 3 steps to it, and I was real good on it. And if you were with me, I shared a little bit of it if we did our 50 list in the Diamond Retreat. So I want you to get you a piece of paper right now. And now I can't find the pen. Forget the pen, I guess. Baby, can you give me a pen? So I want you to get you a piece of paper, and I want you to draw down the paper 4 quadrants. Line down the middle like this. This is how your paper should look. 4 quarters. It should look like this. Well, it's too funny. I just taught this about leaders are resourceful. Y'all ain't got no pen. I got to use my hands. Just be resourceful. Get it done. Draw down here. And this paper is going to go to the side. So once you draw this down, you're going to put this here. Thank you, honey. Thanks, my king. So this is how it should look. Okay? Piece of paper down the middle, to the side. Get you another piece of paper. Blank piece of paper. And remember when I taught about intentional? Y'all, this is very intentional. This is a very intentional exercise. Now, do you see why if you did not have this done prior to, you could be a little behind? So that's why we're doing it today together. Blank piece of paper. Number 1, everything that you have to do to stack this, what we're going to do is we're going to do a brain dump. What is a brain dump? A brain dump is get it out of your head. I don't care what you have to do today. What all things do you have to do today? And this is what you would do when you do not have your day planned. So you went on in and put your non-negotiables. That's fine, right? What are all the things that you have to do today that are non-negotiables? Like I have to, your follow-ups. You have to do follow-ups today, right? You have to call customers. You have to call your team. I want you to just do a brain dump. Do not care about their order. Everything that's on your list that you have to do today, brain dump it out. Remember what I shared with you, when it stays up here, the movie keeps going, right? So right now, write out everything that you have to do today. I'm not going to give a time with this. I'm going to watch you all. It cannot be, well, let me say this. I don't want it to be longer than 5 minutes. However, if you all finish early, please look on up for me so therefore I can keep going, especially since we lost some time. I need you to just write it out, okay? I'm going to put on some music for you too as well, because I'm going to tell you my experience in this area. Usually people go really anxiety at this point. I want you to remove the feeling that's attached to just everything that you have to do today. Literally don't care about it. Write it out. Get it out of your head. Okay, we're about to fix it. But again,
Trayce, I have a question.
says, give me 1 second. My experience says right now, when people are brain dumping and they're getting out everything that they have to do, there is a level of anxiety. So what I'm gonna tell you is I'm gonna help you. The more you do this, the more you write this out, the more you do it, the more you will decrease anxiety. Thank you. Yes, anyone that has a question, if you can drop it in the comments section so I can read it and then answer. The way to do it is to go to participants, right? Because I'm trying to participants and then chat. So I want to keep this space right now. What I'm trying to share with you, I'm trying to keep this as a sacred space, because this space right here is usually when people have anxiety. So I'm calling it out. Okay. So usually when I do brain dump, that's why high intensity music is really important to me at that time, just so I don't care about it. And I'm replacing that feeling with fun. I'm doing it too. Keep writing. Keep writing.
Trayce, could you answer the question in the chat?
You're adding everything you have to do today, regardless if it's negotiable or non-negotiable. You're just writing out everything you have to do today. Before it's too late, not hesitate. Remember I came from a small town. How many of you all are? Is there anybody still working? Can you type in the chat working? If you type in the chat working, I know you're still going. Javier still working. I'm gonna give you all a few more. Keto coffee pumping. Yeah, I need to sip. Three still working. I'm going to share with you all just a little something of myself. Usually when I brain dump, most people don't know I definitely have anxiety. I've had medications, things of that nature to deal with my anxiety. Usually when I brain dump, make sure you all stay on mute for me. Usually when I brain dump, I can't brain dump at one time. So I want to share that with you. I brain dump every day. Usually the night before. So if I brain dump every day, I'm dumping for the next day. Sometimes I'll dump the week. And I'll share with you, being that I have anxiety, so I'll put myself out there on this. Usually, like right now, I just felt it. As I'm putting down everything in my list, my emotions are starting to rise. It's a lot of things I got to get done. So usually I'll stop. I'll go get my fidget spinner at this moment, and I'll just sit for a second to keep brain dumping on out. Like, it ain't that bad. And I see faces shaking. Like, that means there are other people that have this as a condition as well. I want you to feel okay in that space. Just so you understand, I want you to feel okay in that space and know it's not just you. And just to I take a, yes, I know, believe me, I do. So usually what I do right now is I stop, I get a fidget spinner, and I'll share with people who may need this. Baby, can you bring me my purse? My red purse on the kitchen table? I'm going to share with you because it took a lot of behavior replacement for me to not have, I don't take any medication anymore. Just so you know that. So I don't. But I found different ways and worked towards being able to work on it, because when you put a whole bunch of stuff on yourself, it's difficult. And it's like you almost feel like you choked. You can't get it done. So you might as well step away from it. But I'm here to share it with you to say there are ways to deal with it. So if, like right now, in my list, I had to take a moment, but I need my spinner because I'm sweating. So I share those things because I understand them. Honey, Reese, how he forget the task that quick? I want you to see what it looks like. Thank you. Have a great day. I'll talk to you in a minute. I'll talk to you. I'm actually going for it because I'm having that moment. Okay, I'm recording. So it looks like this. It looks like this. And it's for adults. I'll send you all the link. I'll drop it in Money Team if you need it. And I literally put it in my hand. And the reason why I did it is this guy is a billionaire that made it. So I found out about him through Shark Tank. And he was saying how, as an entrepreneur, it was so difficult for him to do these simple tasks. And I just started listening, like, oh my God, it was difficult. And this is what he came up with. So in his hand, he's able to do it. And it is kind of satisfying. So literally, sometimes I'm doing like this, pre a meeting, or even right now, I'm sharing with you, I need it in this moment to finish this task. So I want you to feel okay with it. And literally, I'm sitting here and I'm going with it, and it's actually calming me back down. And then once I get back down to 0, I can keep going. I'm glad to know I'm amongst myself. Other people feel what I feel. Believe me, I know. And a lot of entrepreneurs do, just so you know. Yeah, like a lot of them do. So I'll share with you the link of where I got this, like 12 books or so, maybe even less. And I think I got a whole bunch of them. And I actually bought them for my kids. So usually people who are perfection nature, A-type personalities like myself, we want everything to be done at a specific level, and we can't. And we get real frustrated with it. And that's usually a silent suffer. Right? For me, I've learned to call things as they are, deal with them, and move on. Okay? So now that you've done your brain dump, okay? Now that you've done your brain dump, look at your list. There is a theme going on. The things that you have to do, there's a theme. There are themes that are all down in everything you got to do. Is it family? In your corners, is it family? Like, take a look at it, skim over it. You're looking for 4 categories. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. You're looking for 4 categories. And guess why you're doing 4 categories? Even if you have 10, you are a human. You are not a computer. You cannot do more than 4 categories in a day. So what's today's themes? Today. Maybe today is all business. Maybe that's all the thing. Maybe today is family and business. Maybe the theme of today is family, business, gym. What's your themes? What are they? Pick 4 categories that you see. So to give you an example, for me right now, It is business. I have a lot of family stuff that I got to get done today. There is some personal development that I have to do today. I'm looking at it all on my list. And that's it. I only got 3 categories. What are your 4 categories? Write them down. You see this? Write them down. Write your categories down. Usually when I'm doing this, so I'll share with you when you start doing this on your own. Usually when I'm doing this, my anxiety is not down. It's not down yet. I'll tell you, usually there is a space in this activity where my anxiety decreases. This ain't it. This isn't it for me. This is usually when I'm still in my highest level of anxiety, because you're trying to figure out how to do your day. How am I gonna get all this stuff done from this list? Because keep in mind, the movie is still rolling, right? Movie rolling. So get your 4 categories. This right here should not take that amount of time. This is like a 1 to 2 minute exercise to write out the category. So do you have your 4? Is anyone still working on that 4? If so, type in the comments working. Y'all see me still out here rolling? I laugh because it's real. And I laugh because I remember when it was a place and time, I wouldn't even have shared that. And then I laugh going, man, how you able to control that? And I remember when the time devil tried me this morning and put me in a space where that used to bother me. Like not being able to start right at 8. And it didn't. It was like, okay, just breathe, take some time, get it done. Anybody still working on the categories? No? Perfect. And moving on. Now, with that list that you have, do not worry about the order. This is where you're stacking. This is where you're chunking. You're going to put them in order. So to give you an example right now, I have 13 loyal customers to call. 13 loyal customers goes into the business line. I have to pick up my daughter's cake. Her birthday party is tomorrow. That goes into the family line. I have to pick up a rental car. My son is going to college tomorrow. That goes in the family line. Do you get it? So now what you're doing is going down your list and putting them in the categories. Okay, you got it? Does that make sense? Take your list, put it in the categories. That's all you're doing. Do not put them in order yet. Just put them in the list. Okay? Take everything from today. House chores is your family. Well, is it that in cleaning? What is your category for that? That would be home. Home and family. So put them in the categories. Go ahead and go. If you're still working, type in this chat section working so I can see. Sharona's working. Gotcha. I'm going to give you all 3 more minutes. It is 9:27. I'm going to give you till 9:30. Once I start doing the explanation, if we get past 9:30, you can still keep on working in your categories. Just take a pause break so you'll be able to hear where we're going from that point, and then you're going to catch up. So I'm going to give everybody till 9:30. For me, quick share, this isn't the stress release. This isn't when it dies down right here. I'm still usually, I'm not in a high level of stress, but being that I know that I'm working on it, I'm dealing with it, it's decreasing, but it's not decreased yet. And I'll share with y'all, this is usually the only activity that gives me the most stress, is actually planning. And now for me to be so great at it, it's a pat on the back. So I want you to work towards your areas of that to get that better. It is 9:29. We have 1 more minute left. All right. We are at 9:30. Now, if you're still working, take a pause break for a moment. Once you get your list, I want you to take a look at this list that you have. Which category has the most things? When you find the category that has the most things, write a number 1. You're going to order them from most to least, your 4 categories. Go. At the very top, you're going to write the number at the top of the category. Top of the category, I see you looking. You're going to write 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, in planning, let me tell you this. I don't know if you've heard this before, but this stuck with me like golden. People fail to succeed because they major in minor things. Has anybody ever heard that before? Hearing that and then hearing the whole 1-hour speech behind it changed my life. Because it was like, man, you know what we tend to do? We'll have, okay, I gotta, say for instance, you gotta vacuum the floor and you have to bake the cake, right? Most of us would run to vacuuming the floor first because that's easy, right? But then you look up at the end of the day and now you don't have enough time to bake the cake because you majored in the minor. That's something you can do with your eyes closed. What you need to do is you need to attack the major first. You can't major in minor things. Majority of your day can't be in the fluff, can't be in the phone calls that come to you, can't be in the, girl, let's go kick it. Can't be there. You can't major in minor things. But if you don't understand where you're being minor, where you're giving majority, you're not giving 100% of yourself. Because remember, I just shared with you how to break down your day into 100%. So when you see this list and you see a list that's over toppling, that is the theme of your day. So what's your number 1? The toppling on my list right now, I am about neck and neck with family and business. I'm neck and neck. There's some things that I need to do personally, but guess what? I now in this list see they can't come first because I got so much to do in family and business. I cannot major in minor things. My personal things have to go on a day where it's personal. Today isn't that day. I'll explain. I saw confusion. Being the majority of the items, remember, we cannot major in minor things. So because majority of the things that I got to get done today is family and business, my girlfriend asked me, just so you know, and I have not been able to answer her. Today they're having taco night and wine with couples. I want to go. I do. But now that I looked at the theme of my day, I got so much stuff to do in my family and my business, I have to turn it down. Her thing on that list of the taco night is the least amount of what I have to do. So if I majored in minor things, listen to this. If I went to that and I didn't get the major things done, my business is going to suffer, and so is my family. So what's the theme of your day? There are days that personal is winning. Today ain't that day. Today is just not that day for me. So now when you look at it and you see your number one on your calendar, you see that category? Now what we're going to do is go to the category that says number one first. Go into that category and see what's the theme. What's the theme in that day? So I'm going to give you an example. My family, I have to pick up the car. I have to pick up the cake. I have to refill Brianna's her packet for the volleyball with her clothes. I have to do my husband's application that's due today. And then the link wasn't working. So all of that, right? What you want to do, remember what you just did in your day. You just planned out your non-negotiables, the time in which you do things, right? It's in your schedule. Where is that time to get those things done? Don't put them in order. Put them in where you are. Okay, so to give an example, I have to pick up the car, right? So when I look in the schedule, I have team meetings that are all throughout this day. However, there's one at the very end that's an actual phone call. So pick up the car now is at 3 p.m. Does that make sense how I got there? I'll do it again. So how can I pick up this car? And this is the stacking. Where am I going to be that I can actually pick up the car? Right now, I can't pick up the car. I'm on the training. I got a call at 11. I have one at 1. I cannot pick up the car there. So now when I look in here, the last one is not a Zoom. It's actually on the phone. So while I'm on the phone with my earpiece, I'm scheduling right now. I'm going to leave at 3 p.m. to go pick up the car. Do you get it? So now I'm putting at 3 p.m. pick up the car. What else do I have to do in that area? My daughter needs her cake. I was going to go to Naperville, but to actually push it on down, I'm going to go to the Jewel that's right by there. So now after I pick up the car, I'm going to go pick up the cake. So I'm writing it in. I got to pick up the cake. His application. Where can I do that? I don't know yet. It has to be due by midnight. So I'm going to put that at 7 p.m. I'm not going to put that application on myself because that requires me to sit down and type. And I can't do that at that time. At 7 p.m., I'm open. Application. Her volleyball. Oh, I got to fill out. I'm telling you what's happening to me right now. Oh, if I fill out his application at that time, I can also do my daughter's volleyball at that time because I'm in front of the computer. So all things computer is now happening. I got 7 application. I'm going to give myself 15-minute window. So I'm going to say 8 p.m. with Brianna and volleyball. Do you see how I'm scheduling it? So I only got one time out this house, and that's between 3 to 5:30. That's the one time I have. So everything I'm scheduling has to happen within that time frame. 3 to 5:30. So if somebody said right now, hey, Tracy, I need you to come to the salon. We out of town. Is the salon in that area around that time frame? It's not. I don't have any time to get 45 minutes away. I have to tell her I can't today. However, tomorrow I will be in Naperville. Do you see how this is getting done? See, you're not picking the times. To-do list will get you to done. They will screw you up because if you write down everything in that list that what you got to have done, you don't know when you need to do it, how long you got to do it. You have no idea. It doesn't get done. You get to if you're like me, when you get to the end of your day and you got all these things you didn't do, you feel unaccomplished. Like, dang, it just beat me up. How? So I had to come up with how to do this to get this done. Then I come to find out when I took a class, so I called it stacking to lose weight. And then when I started working with Tony, he has a method that's called RPM. If you want to take, it's a 10-day course. It's called RPM, has chunking, has a lot of psychology, why you're doing, how you feel. And when I sat in that class, I even got more. I was like, oh, we're thinking the same. So there's actually a system. It's called RPM by Tony Robbins. It's called Time of Your Life. Time of your life is literally about making sure that your life is packed with the things that are important to you versus all the things on the outside. No majoring in minor things. No majoring in minor things. Okay, so now what you're gonna do, you're gonna go take this list and you're gonna put it in time format. You got it? Now, the reason why this is important is because if you are trying to call customers back, do all things, get your house done, get whatever, if you don't know what time you're doing them, you're set up for failure. So you got to put in here, when are you calling your customers? If, like in here, I had a call, I have team meetings, I have customers, I have whatever. What time is that? This keeps you on schedule. You don't know what you're doing? Want me to make you feel better? You want to know what you're doing? When you get to work and their job for, remember I told you, entrepreneur versus employee. What they have done is done this for you. They have decided from 9 to 5, this is what you're going to do from 9 to 5. What I am teaching you is how to do the same thing for yourself. I'm teaching you how to be the CEO of your brain, the CEO of your time. This is how you CEO. CEOs put together plans, strategy, action, what time, what sales goals are we looking to have? That's what a CEO is. That's what they do. They sit here and take problems and they solve them and they get them into a chronological order. So guess what you're learning today? You're learning how to be the CEO of your life. You're understanding how I got to get things done. This right here, once I finish this activity, remember I told you, and when I have a release, look, it's on my thumb now. I didn't even realize it. This is when I release, because now I know how it's going to get done. It's not in my head playing the stupid movie over and over and over again, telling me I can't, I ain't gonna be able to do this, it's too much, it can't occur. It can occur. It can occur when I write it out, I brain dump it. Once I brain dump it, I put it into my categories. I figure out what my categories are, I put them in my categories. Once I get them in my categories, then I put them into my schedule with my non-negotiables. I put it into the schedule. Once it's in the schedule, then I reenact from the schedule. I know if somebody comes on, and keep working in your categories right now. That's what I want you to be doing while I'm talking. You know, if somebody said to you right now, hey, I need you to get on this live. Can you? Is that in your time? Can you today? Can I? Oh, I can't. Dang it. Because somebody recorded and give me the notes because I'm doing this at this time. But if you don't know and you're reactionary, you didn't know your day was already packed. And that 1 hour took you out. Now you can't sleep. Now you can't rest. Now you can't get anything done because literally your day is not planned for success. It's reactive. Are you proactive or reactive? You do not want to be reactive. You want to be very proactive. What you want to do is give yourself a shot. You can do this. You can. That's the thing you have to be able to say to yourself every day. I can do this. And I'm sharing with you now how you can do this. This is an amazing exercise. It's one that when you do over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it becomes so innate. Before you know it, you plan. Like I was so proud of myself. The anxiety girl planned out all of November in October. I was proud of myself because I do it so much, and life has changed for me now that I had to find the new ways. I got new categories. I used to work 15, 16 hours a day away from the house. Now, how am I clean the house, cook, and then it was starting to happen to me again. And then I realized, oh shoot, you're not doing what you used to do. You got so used in the old way. Think about if you're working for somebody, you got so used in the old way that you didn't create the new way. And now you think the new way is too much. Maybe that's not for me. Maybe that's for everybody else. Maybe that they're really successful and I'm not. I can't do that. No, you're operating on your old schedule. Your old life. Your old life woke you up in the morning. You got dressed. You got on the train. You went. You worked. They told you what you had to do every day. You got off the train. You came home. You cooked dinner. Guess what? You set up your life. You had it set. You knew what it was. It was predictable. You knew what did what it do. I'm always coming up with some crazy saying. You know it did what it do. Where did it come from? However, failure for entrepreneurs is that they have to now set their life. You have to be the CEO of the time. Now no one else is telling you. No one is saying this is lunch. This is dinner. This is call time. That's all gone. So if you don't take that and then go on over here and CEO it, this is what CEOs do. I'm telling you. It's not just a title. It's actions. Put this stuff in your stuff. Put this stuff in your stuff. Like, go do it. I want you to do it because we're moving on to another task. I want y'all to go do it. I want you to take your stuff and put it on now. To me, I'm even breathing better right now because now I have my day out. But usually when I go through that, I still catch the anxiety, and I didn't catch it. I didn't have it as much when I was working in my other businesses because it was so ready to go. But now I'm flipped on over to here. This is a new life. My family was never on the list. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't. I wasn't in the house, and now that I'm in the house, hey y'all, I'ma share. Baby, can you pick this up? Baby, can you pick this up? What? Huh? You don't know I work? What you mean go pick up cleaning? What you mean go do this? Where's that? I don't know how to function with that. I don't. So then I had to take control over it and say, this is my issue. This is what I'm going through. So guess what? I got to take it back to stacking. I got to go back to planning. I can't be, you know why you stress? You being reactive. So I'm sharing with you right now. This is important because guess what? This is going to take you through the last 5 days. If you know where everything is, where you call it, last 5 days, y'all, we crossing the finish line. It's the end of the month. She's like, what's the last 5 days? We got the end of the month coming. This is the end of closing out your check for November. So if you don't know where everything is, it'll be like, oh, I'll try. This is what'll happen. I'll try again November 1st. And then you get to November 1st. I'll give you in 1 second, Ebony. And then you get to November 1st, and then you do it again, and then you get to the middle, and then it's December 1st. It's never ending. Ebony just asked an amazing question of me. Do you do the week or do you do a day? I'm teaching you all the day. I'm at the day because when I first started this, I was at the day. And then I got to the week. If you saw my thing last night, I planned the month. Now, in planning the month, that helps me when new things come, I know where to place them. Somebody asked, can we fly? Like right now, there's this great thing that's going on in Nebraska. Flip, flip, flip. Can't do it. I already know. No matter how much my emotions want me to do it, I can't. Because guess what? In my other business, I have this thing called money I make. And in that business, that weekend, I have a huge profit that same weekend. But if I didn't know that, I even put in, I got so jiggy last night. I put in who they were, what the clients are looking for, how much it is that I'm making that weekend to help me make that decision. So do I want to spend money that weekend or make this Lucci that weekend? Because it's for real that weekend. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving. I can't, no matter how much I want to. Because as the CEO of my life, all the bills in my house say my name. They all do. So that's how I made that decision. So I decided to do the entire month before the month, because even last month when I did October, because now I'm getting better at it. You gotta do is pat yourself on. When you first start doing something, you're not well. You're not well. No one is. When you break down disease is dis-ease. Disease is dis-ease. So if you have dis-ease, you're going to have a disease. Just so you understand that. That's where it comes from. Dis-ease will slide you on into something. So now I'm like, oh, I'm in this new business. I see it. Pat myself on the back. I'm better than I was before. Hey, train your brain to see the good in everything. Train your brain to see the things that you have. Train your brain to go. If you want to look back, train your brain to look back to see where you came from. Don't look back saying, I can't go forward. Look back saying, dang, I didn't. I remember when I came in this company and I wasn't doing XYZ. I was just reacting to everything because I didn't know this company. I didn't understand how to do things. And even though I was a great entrepreneur, I now had to learn something new. And then when I'm sitting at home, I'm thinking the whole house is understanding that I'm working. All y'all understand I'm working? And they over here tapping my shoulder. They don't see I'm working? No, they see mama's home. So dang, new thing. While being busy, while going to the next level, all of that stuff is happening to me. Right? It's happening to me. And then I'm like, oh God. And then every month it's getting more and more stressful. And I'm like, okay. And I still got to leave. So then I had a moment where I took a month back. I was like, I ain't training nobody. I ain't doing nothing because I got to get it together. And that's when I realized this is what it was. I wasn't CEOing my new life, my new task, my new thing. So I had to start CEOing it. And when I CEO'd it, baby, it's different. Now I have a control over it. Now I'm not a master of it yet because now I got to keep seeing things as they go. The reason why my lists are so little, the reason why they don't have so much is because so much of it has already been planned on out. I still got a lot of stuff to do, but there's some new things that dropped on me with my son going to Eastern Michigan just came on in. So where does it fit? So it's like, dang, can it fit? Looked at train, looked at bus, look at whatever. We can't. Here's what fits in the time frame. Rental car today. So then problem solved, problem gone. Move on. Woo! It's time to move on. Time to go to the next level. So keep writing your stuff in your list. Tell me, for those who suffer through anxiety, is this helping you? I know I do. Does this help you to see it? Also, too, it'll help you. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you another way it's going to help you. So much. Good. Thanks for that feedback. Let me tell you how else this is going to help you. Let me tell you how else it's going to help you. It's going to help you to take away can't with can. You are going to realize that stupid movie, that dumb movie, that crazy thing that's been going on in my head over and over and over again, it's not real. It's a fiction of my imagination. I can. All I have to do is be proactive. And then you'll start realizing, if you like me, how many A personalities we got on here? How many A personalities you got to get everything done under the sun? Anything done. Don't answer. Don't verbally answer. So go back on mute for me. Don't verbally answer. A personalities, we want to do all things underneath the sun. When you start planning, you'll realize how many things. You'll realize you're human. How many pots you can put on the stove, how many you can't, because it just can't get done. You won't be sitting out trying to stay up all night and all evening trying to get something accomplished that just cannot happen with the same 24 hours we've all been given. You get better at what you can handle. You work a different muscle. Like even me now, I've been able to identify. Now I'm getting good. Y'all gonna see some amazing stuff come out of Trayce. And I'm telling you, I'm growing. Some amazing things are going to start coming out of Trayce because now I've identified, oh, if I take one extra person on each individual week, and if I do one more additional sale, I need assistant part-time. I thought it was at triple. But no, I've identified a salary now through this because I'm planning it, and I need an assistant. I do all things. So I need someone just to help with the order perspective, someone just to follow up, make sure the appointments are in there, make sure the bags are ready to go, make sure the labels are ready to go, because that extra layer is something that I need to do now in family. So while I'm on my family hustle, here's somebody that's helping me with that. But if I didn't put that on out, I didn't even realize, hey, you thinking the time is then, you're not going to get to that time until you put this. This is important. Everything I've been teaching you all every week is things that, they're things you need to know to output the best of you. I saw that after this past weekend. I could clearly see everyone can be at their best. Somebody asked me the other day when I said that with you out there, can everybody be a leader? And it's too funny. This theme kept going. This thing kept going when I got into the salon yesterday, and the clientele of which I work with, they're executive women, and the same frustrations in which I was hearing or talking to in the leadership portion yesterday were the same frustrations that when I got in here, the women that were making 150 and above, same frustration. And so as we were talking, and I was talking to them about, hey, are you CEO in your time? Are you doing XYZ? Hey, are you trying to, one of the ladies in the room was trying to be, in her mind, her meaning of leader was saying, everybody ain't doing what I'm telling them to do. And so yesterday I was like, oh, you should have been on my training yesterday. Leaders empower leaders' strengths. So you can't be all things. Just because somebody gave you a title in leader does not necessarily mean in that title in leader that now you dictate. It means you go find other leaders that have other areas of weaknesses and you link. And the more weaknesses you have, you link and you link and look at that force. I was telling this to somebody, think about a cup of water and then we're going to move on. Think about a cup of water. And I want you to think about an ocean. Same thing, right? Ocean, glass of water. Ocean, glass of water. Both of them are water. Which one you want me to throw at you? You want me to throw this cup of water on your shirt? Or do you want me to go out here to the Atlantic and throw that message? Which one do you want? Which one do you choose? Hey, I don't know about you. I would prefer to deal with the cup of water, right? That's my preference. However, let's think of this business. What happened if everybody on a Zoom, everybody everywhere, all found their weaknesses? Hey, I'm weak here. You strong here. Let's link. Woo, we over here. Now, you over there. Grab this. You over here. Oh, now you over here. You ain't got this. You good at blitz? Come on my team. I need you good at my team because I don't blitz well. I present. Okay, so now we got a good blitzer. Woo, we got a good person that blitz. We got a good person that presents. Now we got a person over here in pink cup, Brittany. She that green till she die. That she gonna get on her here and get everything and see us in the corner. So now when I go present somebody giving me information, how would you like to throw an ocean at this business? Because remember, by yourself, you only want the cup, right? You want me by yourself to throw an ocean at you? No, not at all. Meaning, mind frame, how you see. This is why I always say, your perception is your reality. Yours. It may not be the reality, but whatever this muscle feels that things are, they're how they are in your life. So it's how you perceive it. Right now, we're moving into an area where guess what? Our e-seats don't look the way we want them to. I know it's everybody's. I know mine don't look the way I want it to. But do we sit here and say from this moment, the e-suite don't look good? I hit y'all on first. Or does our mind frames right now say, my e-suite is not the way that I want to, and these are the items and the things I need to do to change it. See, however you see it is what is going to be for you. It's how you see it. It's how you act. I'm going to give you an exercise because I want you all to know this. Because y'all probably don't understand why I move so much. But I'm going to tell you, the reason why I move so much is because it's training. You can't get what you desire until you change your state. Your state is who you are, is where you are. Literally, and I'm going to share with you something that we had to do. We had to stand like this in the Superman pose for 2 minutes. Anytime you have self-doubt, you think you can't do it, your day about to beat you up, take a moment, step back. You're going to feel stupid because I did too. and we were showed to do this in the room full of people. To stand in that Superman pose for 2 minutes. Back erect. Speak life. I am amazing. And we had to talk like superheroes. I am amazing. I can do my day. You speaking everything how they are in your state. And I ain't gonna pick up them cards. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it for 2 minutes. Then go back and do your exercise. Your endorphins are moving. You have just spoke life over yourself. You can't fail when you change your state. If somebody's talking crazy to you over the phone, smile. And yes, girl, your voice sound different. If sitting in this thing got you like this and you're trying to get things accomplished and you're sitting like this, I need you to do this. All right. And yes, and you need this. And you need to move. And you need to blood flow. You you cannot get excellence from a bad state. You can't. Some people can sit in the road all day and sit back and work and move and have an amazing state. Some people can't. So it is your job to check your state of being where you are every day. It's your job to do that. Check your state. Check your state. Your state of here can't get it. I'm sharing with you the things that can't. But a buck up, Bert. All right, let's go. We're going to do this. You're going to do it. It's going to change. No one's more special. They just have these little different things that they have that's called tools. If you've read Network Marketing Pro, that word is out there everywhere. Tools. What are your tools to CEO? What are your tools to entrepreneur? It's your planning. It's your state. It's your mind frame. See, that's different for all of us. If we have a race, and we all know we started out, we all about to do a marathon. I want y'all to take yourself out of it. Let's think about a marathon. When we watch the marathon, where's everybody in the marathon? Everybody's at the same line, right? Line across, and everybody is doing their pose and they ready to go, right? Then the gun goes off and everybody is moving. And what happens? It disperses. You got some people that are going fast. You have some people that are going slow. You got some people that are stunned. You got people that are looking around with other people. You got some people that are doing here. That's life. That's business. I don't care where you start. Everybody is at the same start. However, people use their tools differently. Now, if anybody's seen a race, have anybody ever seen somebody that's lost and then they won? Have you ever seen that? They lost and then they won? You go back to their activities. They practiced more. They ate different. They studied in the pocket what was going wrong. They kept ducking and dodging. And I swear I love to do this because this is what I be doing. Like even this morning in my head, this is what I was doing. From that 45-minute holler, can't record nothing. Duck and dodge. I know what I got to deliver is fire. So guess what? I'm going to dodge that because it's still going to be fire. I'm going to dodge that because it's still going to be great. I'm going to dodge that. We're going to get this recording, yo. Because regardless, at the end of the day, you got to know what your outcome is. I tell my team this every day. Know your outcome. Never change your activity. Never change the outcome. Change your activity. Write that down. Never change the outcome. Change the activity. If this ain't working, try something new. When people say, when I listen to people, I tried to lose weight, I tried everything. No way. No, tell me everything. Go. Tell me everything. What'd you do? I'm listening. There's no way. If you keep changing your activity, you keep changing your state, you keep going after it until you get it, you gon' got it. That's how it happens. So how many of you all right now, how many of you got your Friday? How many got your Friday? You have your Friday plan now? Your Friday done? Right? This took longer, let me tell you, than it normally takes to get rid of this level of BS. This took long because you was learning it. And this wasn't even a long time. So imagine what you could do the more you do this over and over and over again. Imagine how better you could get at it. Imagine when you fall off and you don't got your day plan and you be like, I know what's going wrong. I need to get my little fidget spinner fitted. Fidget, come on over here. They gon' put it on out. Now it's done. It's okay, Brittany. You still working a few things. Keep it going. For those of you all, and I want you to just do this for me. Right now, we're going to release it into the air, okay? I want you to do this for me for a moment. Write the one word that you feel in the comments of how you feel now, knowing how you're going to attack today. Describe it. One word. One word. How do you feel? Release it. Ready. Optimistic, sexy, beast, anxious, empowered, prepared, stressed, prepared. Oh, I'm like, relaxed, empowered. Okay. So this is what I want you to do. Whatever we're focused. All right. I can breathe. All right. So this is what I want you to do. You remember that exercise from that 2-minute Superman? Because guess where we going? We're going into sales. We're going into filling our gap, our issue, our problem. We're going into sales. So if you are new, you will grab things from this. If you are new, if you don't have anything, you're going to grab things from this. Girl, you better fan yourself. Guess what we're going to do? If you want to turn off your screen, you can do so. For the next 2 minutes, you have to get in your power pose. And that word that you said that you now feel, you have to speak that over yourself before we go into what we need to. That's what you have to do. For 2 minutes, you have to say, if your word was inspired, I am inspired. I am inspired. I am inspired in your power pose. If you don't want everybody to see you because you don't like that, turn your screen off. But guess what? You got a 2-minute exercise and it's all for you. 2 minutes. Music up. Speak life over yourself. The word you used, the one that meant something to you. Not my word, your word. 2 minutes. 10:05. Lego. I am amazing. I am amazing. I am amazing. Woo. I'm gonna scream me down. Erica, if you don't put them shoulders back, I am amazing. I am losing my breath and I am amazing. I am amazing. I am amazing. I am amazing. Okay, Rachel. Y'all better be. You better be. I love Erica too. I am amazing. I am amazing because that's how I feel. I am amazing. I am amazing. And again, anybody who's screen ain't known it don't have to be. I am amazing. I am amazing. I feel amazing. 2 minutes, y'all. 2 minutes. You give BS longer than 2 minutes. You give BS longer than 2 minutes. So you deserve some self-love for 2 minutes. I am amazing. Girl, Erica is out here preaching for all of us. I am amazing, girl. Erica is out here. Yes, I am. I am amazing. I am amazing. I am absolutely amazing. I am all things. I am amazing. I am amazing. Diana, tell the baby. I am amazing. Shoulders back. I am amazing. 2 minutes. I am amazing. I am amazing. We got 30 seconds left. I am amazing. I am absolutely amazing. I'm going to add it. I am amazing. 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 How many of y'all feeling even better the longer you say it? I am amazing. I am amazing. And done. Woo! Everybody, please clap that up. I am giving you ultimate praise for that. Hey, don't. Woo! Let me tell you how important that is. Let me tell you how important that is. We refuse, before we go into today, to major in minor things. We refuse. It is ultimate. Okay, Erica. She is still going. This is where, let me show you this. You see how you feel right now? You see your state? You see your word? Anytime you don't feel okay, you get to this state. Right here. Remember this. Hold on, I ain't feeling great. I need to get that space back. I am amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I am absolutely amazing. If you're inspired, I am inspired. I am inspired. I'm inspired. I am amazing. I am dope. I am so sexy beast. That is the state in which amazing things come from. Don't forget this, okay? Use this. Do this often. Whenever you need it, go to it. This is what's going to help you get over the hurdle of this monkey. This is a monkey. Planning your day, being proactive instead of reactive. Man, it takes a lot. But guess what? All things exercise. All things done over and over and over and over again, when they're practiced, they just become a part of your routine. Because guess what? Being negative takes practice. If you keep waking up every morning and you keep speaking negative, that is your life. That is where you will move from. That is the state in which you'll be. And guess what? You will be very successful in not getting what you desire. So I want to prove to you, hey, the things you do all the time, they are your life. You control it. Remember I said things don't happen to you. Nothing is happening. Everything is our decisions. It's our commitment. And it's our resolve. Everything. You just made an amazing decision today. So y'all ready? Because now we eat sweet. You ready? I got y'all all primed. So what I need everybody to do, now we're moving into the sales portion. I need everybody to, let's go get real from this state. We're about to go get real with ourselves. What I need you to do, I need you to log in your eSuite. Now. You need to log into your eSuite. And I'm going to tell you what you do when you get in it. How many of y'all sweating? I got like a whole thing down all the way to here, but I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Nothing. Remember I said how you have to attach. You have to attach this to something. You got to root this in something. And I got new roots in this. And my new roots in this is what I'm doing right now is not going to be taken away from me. What I'm doing right now, how I'm at home, how yesterday I felt when I was in there for 8 hours on one woman's head, I don't want that feeling back. I love doing hair. I don't want that back. I want this back. I love this space. I love seeing y'all faces. I love seeing everybody graduate. I love seeing you take the next level. So if I desire this to be my life, I got to get in here and do what I got to do. I got to check my state. I got to read my book. I got to plan my day. I have to be proactive and not reactive. Everybody in your eSuite, what you're going to do is head on over to reports. Hit the reports tab. Because guess what? This is how you CEO. It's not just a word. It's not red bottoms. It's not vacations. It's control. It's control of self. It's control of what I got to do. If you don't take control over it, you are not a CEO. You're an employee in a CEO mind frame. And I thought you didn't want to do that. So let me show you what big dogs, what CEOs do. We are in our eSuite. Now what you're going to do in your eSuite, you're in your reports. You're going to hit additional reports. And sometimes I have to trick myself. So what I'm doing right now, you see how heavy this sound? This sound like I'm supposed to be dancing? And even if it's something in there that I can't dance to, but I got to dance into it before I see it. And guess what? When I see it, I ain't seen it yet. Normally I do it in the morning. I ain't do it yet to do this exercise with you. This right here is every day. Every day. Y'all from St. Louis, y'all know what I'm saying. Every day. This is what we do. As a CEO, you got to know. My nickname is Eagle Eyes because I know. It's because I'm optics. I want to know everything so I can be better at it. So I'm going to teach you all how to be Eagle Eyes. Once you get in there, go to volume reports, go to volume total by distributor. Yo, oh, it's better than I thought it was. I'm a little nervous. Hey, when you see the number, I want everybody to be excited right now. Say yo. Let me tell you why you're saying yo. Because it's not zero. Remember when you first started and that EC said zero? I'm going to teach you how to be grateful for the number that you see. Say yo. All right. Now, what we're going to do right now is figure out in this number, where is this word is called variance. In business, this word is called variance. Okay? Where do you need to be? Are you in retention? Are you in promotion? So y'all know y'all gonna need to help me with these numbers because this is not where I'm strong. So I have some strong people on here, and Rachel and Desiree, help your girl. Help your girl right now. So this is what I mean. In the event, you're gonna type it in the comments. You're not gonna come on out. In the event you don't know your number, we are amongst ourselves. No one is ever to feel like the question they're asking is a dumb question. I don't care how many times you ask the question, you're going to ask the question until you get the answer. Maybe you need it 10 times. When somebody give you the face when you ask a question, be like, hey, I'm here. I'm asking a question. Where do you need to be to retain? Where do you need, don't take your speakers off. No speakers off. No speakers off. Okay, put your stuff back on speak. Mute yourself. Somebody has unmuted themselves. Please mute yourself. And if somebody can help me, because you know I don't know how to do all this stuff. Keep yourself muted. So where your number needs to be, I want you to write that on the top line. Get you a blank piece of paper because now we're going to real work. We're going to figure out how we get to the 30th correctly. Okay? 31st. Oh, we have 31st. We got one more additional day. Say, yo, we got one additional day this month. It's not 30 days, it's 31. All right. So what number do you need to be at? Write that number down now. Where do you need to be to retain or to promote? What are you doing for the end of this month? Remember, I told you leaders have to make a decision. Make your decision. Are you retaining or are you promoting right now? What's the number? If you don't know the number, type the question. I am retaining Ruby. What's my number? Put it here so then the experts in the room of Inspired Words can answer. I ain't that. I'm not the expert in the room. Let them answer. Here is where I told you that we operate as an ocean. You don't have to know everything to be great. You don't. You utilize your resources. So if you don't know what your number is, you see how right now I'm being resourceful. Desiree is typing them out. Thank you, Des. Ruby is 4,000. Whatever this is, Emerald is 8,000. All right. Diamond is 10,000. Your numbers are coming. Once you see your number, write that down. So you're writing what you need. Double is 25. Jesus. Triple is 50. Presidential is 100, right? Prez is 100. What is ambassador? See, you got to know where you're going. I want to be an ambassador. I would love to know what that number is now so I can make sure that my behaviors look like what I want. What's ambassador? Is it 200 or 250? 5. Whoo, jeez. Okay, Rachel, we need to pray over Rachel more. Rachel, we sure do. All right, babe. We need to pray over you more. That's a high number. 250. Yeah, we need to pray over her more. Team prays over. Team. I'm very team. Do more. You act like what you want. You see these numbers on out here? You then check your behaviors to the number. Check your behavior to the number. Do you act like $50,000 a month retention? Do you act like $8,000 a month retention? Hey, that's self-checks. Whatever it is, write that number down now. So once you have that number down, where you need to go? Yes. Once you have that number, go back to your name on your total. What is it? What's your volume? When you have that number, write that below the number where you need to be. So I'm going to give you an example. Say, for instance, to retain, you need 8,000, right? But you see 4,000. I'm going to use even numbers. You see 4,000 in the E-Suite. I want you to write 4,000 underneath. This is every day. This is not at the end of the month. When you get to the end of the month and you check this, you are a blind CEO. You have no eyes. You have no optics. If you want to understand optics more in business, OPTICS. See, if you want to be in business, learn the terminology for it. Optics is eyes. It's your numbers. So if somebody comes up to you and they want to eventually invest in your business or invest in whatever, they want to know your optics. What's your optics? I'm going to start, you all are business women. I'm going to start talking to you like business women. There's no guesswork in this. You have to have optics. All right. So now when you see your top numbers, Ebony, where do you find this? When you go into reports, you went into additional reports and you got a volume total by distributor. Your name is at the top and it's to the right. It says PBV and it says GV. That GV number is where you are right now. Do you see it? Shake your head for me. Perfect. So when you saw your number where you needed to be, you wanted the second number put where you are. So I use an example. 8,000 is where you need to be, but right now I'm at 4,000 and I'm using them to be even. Okay? Now what you want to do is take that top number and subtract it from the bottom number. You're going to get a new number. So take the top number, subtract it from the bottom number. Go. Now, if you have a husband in this business and you saw your husband's name below and you run his account, I want you to do it again. Because guess what? Wife don't cross the finish line without the husband. That's just in life, period. So I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm retaining, but husband isn't. I'm putting more on us to have what? If you brought your husband in here, you need to know that variance too as well. So now what you're going to do is go to husband. This is only if you have husband in the business. If husband in the business and husband is second line, where does husband need to be? Wherever husband needs to be, you're going to do the same thing. What is that number? And then where do you need to be? So I'm writing down my husband number right now. Once you have the top number and the bottom number subtracted. Look. Woo. I got my number. I had to do a little shimmy. Woo. Does everybody have that number? So if you're single in this business, you have your one number. We're gonna talk about retain in volume and retention, because guess what? Desiree or Rachel, I want you to be able to speak to that point when I get there, because I don't talk about things that I don't know how they are. But right now, I want you to have these regular variance numbers. She's putting something in the comments that I want to be explained, but not right at this moment. Okay, so once you have those two numbers, and this is something that you do every single day. Once you have those numbers, you then identify, do you have a plus or negative variance? So if you're behind, if you have the 8,000 number and then you have 4,000, you have a negative variance of $4,000. If you were trying to get to 10,000 and you have 12,000, you have a plus 2,000 variance. The goal for every entrepreneur is to get to the plus variance quickest. You want to get there as fast as you can. So in order to have that, what I told everybody yesterday is to get you a binder, because I'm actually making a sheet for the entire team for you to start tracking your variance numbers every day. You need to learn the rhythm in your business. Don't let nobody tell you October through December is a slow season. I'm going to tell you right now, the slow seasons is when you act slow. A business does not have to have a slow season. It doesn't. It's your behavior. Any amount of money right now, if you have a negative variance, and I'm going to challenge you on this. If you have a negative variance, and when you had a positive variance, I bet you any amount of money, your behavior right now is not the same. Your lives are down. 5-finger point back at self. I don't do as many lives. I'm not talking to as many people. I don't blitz. That's the answer. It's not the slow season. And let me tell you, this is how I talk to myself. So I want you to understand, I'm not talking to you directly, but I got to talk to you how I talk to myself. You're not doing what you used to do. Your season is slow because you acting slow. That's why your season's slow. People need to lose weight every month. Who told you that people only lose weight in the summer and you believed it? Remember I said check your mind frame? Because guess what? Me losing my 130 pounds, I started in October. This is when it's the easiest, y'all. As somebody who's lost weight, it's the easiest when you don't have distractions. I'm not worried about nobody's barbecue. I don't got to fit in nobody's two-piece. I can put a sweater on that has something jiggling. Don't let nobody tell you that the gym is packed in January if you have never been in the gym in October. Because guess what? The gym is packed right now. I should go live and be like, hey, y'all thinking it's January. No, the people who really serious about fitness go ham in October because here come the holidays. You do not gain or lose in one day. The holiday is a day. Thanksgiving is one day. Christmas is one day. New Year's Eve is one day. 3 days. So you trying to tell me you're going to fail the last quarter of the year for 3 dang-on days? That's not smart. But somebody somewhere has said that's the holidays is coming. I'll focus afterward, and somebody believed it. Someone believed the lie. Change the conversation, and it will change. So now what I need help with right now, because I want you to know your variance. I have in my business, my optics, I have a positive variance on myself and a negative variance on my husband. So I must not rest. I can't. I got to get in these trenches with everybody because guess what? Husband and wife cross the finish line. Do not settle on yourself if you have a husband in this business. Because guess what? That's dope. Remember you said hashtag team 2 checks? Remember you said that? Team 2 check it. Not one check it when it's convenient. No, it's team 2 checks. You got to check that has a negative variance. We got to go fix that. I do too. So I'm about to show you how you fix it. This is how you fix it. So between Desiree, I don't know. I'm looking for whose face is on. I saw Rachel for 1 second. Can you do me this favor? Because this is the part that I don't know here. This is the part where I need the help. I don't see Desiree nor Rachel. I need one of them to help. In this space, Desiree was posting out what you need to retain is different than what you need to promote. I always have to come back to my upline with this and get me to understand what the difference in that number is. So I just want right now, one of the two, either Rachel or Desiree, if one of you two can help with the difference.
I placed the difference in the comment section. What exactly are you asking?
Just explain to them. Some people in this room, so I'll tell you this, some people in this room don't know that it's a difference. So I like to assume for the one person that's sitting back here that doesn't understand that. So help them understand just the thought process behind it, that there are two different numbers. Just explain that portion.
So when you see a number to retain, what that means, the best way that I can tell you guys is how you log into your eSuite and you pulled up volume total by distributor. Log into your eSuite and pull up volume total by leg. Right down. Volume total by leg. When you're trying to retain by volume, one of your legs cannot be more than half of the volume that you need. So take a second, go into eSuite, pull up volume total by leg. You should still be pretty close because if you pulled up the report. Now, typically a leg has 5 people in it, which is what you saw me placing out. So like one Ruby needs 1 executive and then 2 400 boxes. So if you're up to a Ruby, you'll have 3 legs that you see there. Let's say you're up to a diamond, you'll have 5 legs. So you had your 3 400 boxes. One of those legs was a Ruby and one of those legs was an emerald. Now, if you're going to retain by volume and your emerald has 5,000, then great. That's all you can get from that emerald. All the other 4 legs must equal up to at least 5,000 so that you can get to the 10,000. Now, say, for example, your emerald has 7,000 and you have 10,000 total. You have not retained diamond because you can only use half of your volume from one leg. So if one person has 7,000, then you still need 5,000 from the rest of your team. Now take it one more step. Say your emerald only has 4,000 and everywhere else has 6,000 and you have 10,000, then you have retained. You just cannot have more than half of your volume from one leg. See you later, babe. Now, if your volume is just way too far, you're looking at you a ruby right now and you have about 2,000 in volume. You might be like, okay, I'm not getting 2,000 more in 2 days per se, which you can. But then you want to look at how did I promote? It's always easier because the volume is less to promote. So then you'll look at, well, can I have 1 executive and 2 400 boxes? Let's say, for example, you're an emerald and an emerald needs 8,000 in volume, but right now you're at about 5,500. It would be crazy to go, well, how do I get another 2,500 in 2 days? Instead, look at how you promote it. Can you help one person go ruby and another person go ruby and then your 2 400 boxes? Those volume numbers will be lower, but look at who you can help promote. So if you just help one person go executive, now you've got a ruby, and then maybe you have another ruby who retained by volume. Guess what? You have 2 rubies now, and then you have your 2 400 boxes. You'll go emerald again.
Thank you.
If you got any questions, feel free to ask.
Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put the question portion right here. I want you to come on off. The beauty about this being recorded is that I want people to have had that verbiage. So I want to share with you. That's important to know. I'm not going to let you do a verbal question. If you have one, I'm going to give a space for us to have questions because we're actually going to start working with some numbers to actually know what we got to do to stop the bleed. Right? So if you didn't know that, you're amongst others that don't as well. Just so you know. So even me, myself, I know that I continuously promote. I know that there's things that I know, but I'm going to tell you, repetition is your friend. The more you hear that, that's what I tell her all the time. Say that again. Do that again. I was even right now asking her to say it so I understood it. And I'm going to tell you, she has probably told me that probably 10 to 15 times. Today, I wanted to hear it and I went, oh, I'm getting it. I didn't say I got it. I now need to keep coming back into this e-suite every single day and putting that to practice. And Desiree does love questions. So I got to keep putting it to practice. What I'm going to tell you is if you don't understand this, this is imperative. This is your optics. This is what you need to know to be able to promote, to be able to get your check properly. If you don't understand this, you must ask more questions. You cannot assume. Do not assume that your upline is too busy. You got to keep, remember what I taught you all about the hurdle, right? Remember what I showed you about the hurdle? Okay, so you want to jump the hurdle. Can't jump the hurdle. Go under the hurdle. Go around the hurdle. Okay, she can't do in the morning. Can you do in the evening? Can you do in the afternoon? This is imperative. Like you got to breathe. You got to understand this in your business. You got to understand how to get to what you desire. If not, you'll roll back and you'll quit. And it will literally because you don't have the information to stay in. So this is important. You will not wake up one day and your e-suite is correct and you promote it. It doesn't happen. You got to understand it. So in understanding your plus and your negative, you need to understand how to get it. Now, let me show you this. I want you to understand. It's so simple. It's just plus. It's what you are, what you need, and it's subtraction that we all know how to do. If you don't know how to subtract this way, because I had to do it because I got a calculator. Then just literally put it in the calculator. You at a plus or negative variance. Where are you? Okay? Now, there will be a time frame. Right now, I want to keep teaching the lesson. There will be a time frame because we're going to work together, okay? So there will be some time for you to start asking some questions and here posting some things. This wasn't it because I want to make sure I can get to full task to you. Now what you want to do, once you have that negative, if you have a negative variance in there, you got some work to do. You cannot go out to eat with your friends. Remember how I showed you how to put in your zone? You know, your zone 1? You got work to do. You have a negative. Here's how you make your decision. You cannot spend more than 5% in sleep. You can't. You can't go there because right now you have some work to do to get your income. Okay, this is how you get it. This is how you CEO. This is how you get it. So now what we got to do is we got to take the, how many more days do we have? What's today? The 26th? We have 5 days, right? We have 5 days. Guess what I want you to do? This is what I want you to do. I want you to see 2 different states I'm in. I got 2 states. I got 5 days. Or I got 5 days. I need everybody's shoulders back in your state. I need you to remember this right now. Your shoulders need to come back. You are amazing. If you wanted to go, I got 5 days. Guess what? Our little exercise. I have 5 days. I am amazing. Hey, if you got to do that right now, Venetia, I don't know if you're doing it. Are you amazing right now? If you got to do it, do it. Remember that state? Go back to it. What I'm doing right now is I'm showing you how to correct your behavior to deal with things. This is called behavior therapy. So you're using your behavior. You're changing your state. You're changing your words. If you have to listen to music, whatever you have to do, change that state. Change the state. Okay? We have 5 days. So now what you're going to do, you're going to take 5 and divide it by that number. What is your negative variance? 5 divided by that number. Go. Let's go get it. I don't know why none of my stuff. Oh, hey, it decided it wanted to charge. Thank you, Jesus. My phone would not charge this entire time. It's been sitting on here. It was like everything underneath the sun was going to keep me from doing what I needed to do today. Great leaders, resource. Become resourceful. Become relentless. Get it done. So once you get this number, this is telling you, once you see this number, this is telling you what you have to do in volume per day. You see that number? If your state changes, go back to it. You have to learn to interject the positive state with the negative. So you can't do this. You cannot output greatness from this. You can't. You can't. This is, I can't. This is, it won't happen. You got to remember your Supergirl pose. If you have to do it, do it. You may feel crazy when you're doing it. You may be like, oh my God, but I'm telling you, this is how to change your reality. Because remember, your perception is your reality. Guess what? Your E-Suite used to be 0 at some point in time, right? It's not anymore. It has things. That means you can. I can. I am amazing. All right. So now when we get to this number, now that we see where this number is, this is what you need per day. Now remember what I gave you with the exercise, what I said, you either have a cup or you got an ocean, right? Remember when we said when we want to deal with things, what do we want? Do we want a cup of water? Do we want an ocean? We want an ocean. We need a team. So this number is not just you, boo. It's your team. Remember the other day when I told you to go back on out, go talk to your team, go unite with your team, go be with your team. I have been giving you exercises every single day to empower you, to help you to get to where you are. Your team gets this number, not just you. Your team. Your team. So what is the number? Now let me tell you, how do you eat an elephant? You ever heard this? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So now that we have this number, For me, I know when I'm usually at the end of the month, that Fit 15, which is $99, it usually produces, like, I can think about it in hundreds. So if, say for instance, your negative variance right now is 300 per day. Say for instance, your daily, now that we've done that and we see that you need 300 a day, right? You need 300 a day. And you took it to the Fit 15. That means on your team, please make sure you mute yourself. Mute yourself. On your team, that means out of those packages, you need 3 packages. Now, let me ask you this. Do you see how you just took that crazy thing and you got down to maybe, I need 3 Fit 15s? Can your team get 3 Fit 15s? Think about it. Do you see how you took something so big and you microbed it down? This is why you're taught when you pray, when you ask for things, you got to get detailed. You can't say, I need to make up $2,000. That's too high. What else? How do you get $2,000? Divide that by 5. Okay, every day I need 500. Okay, now how do I break that down some more? Think about when you do division. You keep dividing and you keep dividing and you keep dividing until you get the smaller number, right? That's in business. That same division practice is here. How can we keep dividing and dividing and dividing and get what we need? So now if you know you only need 3, now how can we divide that out? We need 3 people. Now you go into your e-suite and you look and you see what 3 people can I call. I'm going to call A, B, C, and D. Hey girl, we are down and I have done the numbers. We need a team meeting because now I need us to understand. When you call that team member, guess what you're telling her? Hey, I need you to get 1 Fit 15 in 24 hours. 1. Now, how does that feel? 1. It's 1. Out of everybody's follow-ups for today, that one person can go get 1. This one person can go get 1. This person won't go get 1. And our volume is done. Done for today. You want to get froggy with it. If you know you need 300, see if y'all can get 2. Hey, if you get it by 11 a.m., hey, can you get another one? Can we close this out sooner? Can you do 1 more? Can I do 1 more? Remember what I taught you about intention? Can you stay in attention to get it done? Can you do that? Yes, we all can. So now that you see your numbers and now that you see your day, I'm going to have you do a CEO task. CEOs delegate. That's what they do. CEOs don't know everything. CEOs use the powers that be around them. They're very resourceful. And that's what everybody else is on here. You all are leaders. You all are CEOs. You are commanding your time of your day. So now what I need you to do is I need you to break this thing on down. Now that you know what it is, let's break it down into how many of what we need. My go-to is the Fit 15. So this morning, to be intentional, I already start posting out weight loss stuff because now I'm going for the Fit 15s for the rest of this month. I need people that want to get that package. I need them to want to get that 100 to help me. So now in me, when I look at it, I need 8 people on my team to do a Fit 15. Because that's what that negative variance is. That's what I got to go get. So now I got to start calling out some names. And how I usually do it, like I know right now, Melissa's just in my face. I say, Melissa, how do you feel about today? How many follow-ups do you have? You have 6. How many of those that seem like they just told you to call back for their credit card? Out of my 6, I got 1. Okay, man, when are you calling them? You see how I'm going deeper? When are you calling them? Oh, they have 12. Okay, write down in my book, Melissa's supposed to call somebody at 12. Follow back up with Melissa and see if it went. Carry these books with you. We got to get this done. Oh, she didn't go? Dang, 1 more. Who else is going? Who else? Okay, Queen. Now I'm calling names. Cream, hey, babe, do you have, You can't. Okay, what time you do? Oh, you got 3? Oh, okay. So what time are you calling them? You see, I'm calling it to action. What time are you calling them? I'm doing it. Okay, great. All right, cool. Now, who else? Tanisha. Hey, I know things are looking this way. Can I count on you for 1? Can I count on you for 1? Do you have anybody, like out of this whole month, can I get you 1? Remember, 100 pennies is $1. 100 pennies is $1. You gotta go get it. You gotta piece it together. You gotta go get it. So now that's what you're doing. That's what I said. We about to E-Suite move today. So now that's what you're doing. You got your day. Who are you following up with? When I said you to bring your 100s list, I told you to bring who you calling back. Where are they? How do they go in this calendar? When are you calling them? Where's your call time that you set on up? Can you call somebody in the car? For me, I bought this tablet with data. So even if I was driving and I was doing something, I gave myself a chance. I can pull over and take an order. I can't, I'm on my phone, so I couldn't take it that way. So I had to go get a tablet so I could pull on over and take the order. So where are they? See, what you don't do at the end of the month is create new projects. You finish old projects. You get them done. You know, this is not the time to go figure out who you want to add to your wall, who you want to take. This ain't that. At the end, you go to all things you have not finished. All month, you've been talking to people that said they were ready. They're already warm. Go close the deal. Don't go out and start with new cold people who gonna tell you November. Who have you been priming? Who have you been talking to? What relationship? This is closing the sale. This is it. This is it. How many of them have not followed up? Hey, how many of your posts that you post down your wall, people responded to, and you never got a yes from? Go to those. Write this at tip. Go to those. Go down your wall all in October. Who has not said yes? Go in your inbox. Who has not said yes? Go in your text messages. Who has not said yes yet? See, that's the answer to this problem. It is not to jump on grinds now and try to figure out how to add and delete and follow new people and like new comments. This ain't that. This is not that. This is you closing the sale. Do you understand the time? Do you understand? Now, let me change my verbiage a little. If you're new in this business, you are not here. Right now, you are adding people to your social media. You're deleting people for your social media. You are priming. You're going to your regular people that you know around you because you're not here. You have not grown to here yet. Right now, you got to start. So if you're new on this portion of the conversation is not for you. What you need to do, like yesterday, Melissa's grind session was amazing for the new of the newbie who needs to understand what I'm saying. Excellent. And guess what you need to be doing right now as a new person? You want to know how you can participate? Has your mama bought some product? Has your daddy bought some product? Has your sister bought some product? Has your best friend? I don't even want you online right now unless you have a following. I want you to go to the people that are around you right now, and I want you to go get them. Don't negate them. Your mom, your dad, your sister would love to support you. If they don't love to support you, then your friends would love to support you. Hey, if you don't have nobody around and that want to support you, we got some work to do. Because that's who you should be talking to right now. Everyone else that's on here, we have a list of people we have been priming and talking to, and we have not went back to, and they are waiting. They're there. There's some distributors that can come right on in right now, get them 2 customers and help you in a box. There's some distributors. There's some people right now who you've been saying, do not sit right here and say, they keep on saying they gonna buy, but they don't buy. You better call them now. This is who you go back to. You go back to, you exhaust all options before you move on. This is where you're relentless. This is where I am amazing. I can do this. This is where you call them. Do that first before you create a new host to post. Before you go ask somebody new, go back today, Friday, before next week, before we start doing new activity. I need you to go close the sale. Go close the sale. Go close the sale. So right now, I'm not closing this down. This is where we are right now. Right now, we're using this space as questions. Where do I go pull this? This person is ready to sign up. This person is ready to sign up right now, and I need some help. Your upline may be on here right now. Maybe they don't have hours for you, but they right here right now, and they can help you close. I can tell you right now, any of your upline that needs this sale to be done, they see their negative variance, they're gonna answer that question for you right now. I'm staying on. I'll be here for a while, okay? Because today we got to move this E-Suite. We have to show we can. See, the more you can, the more the next day you remember what you did the past day, and you know you can. I could do this. Stay near fire. Stay near it. Long for it. Be near fire. Do not go away from it. Because it's hard to light your own pilot again. Everybody has experienced that. It's very difficult. It does not mean that it cannot happen, but you want to stay close near fire. So right now, we about to put on some heavy music, and we about to have some questions, and we're about to work. Rachel, I know you were moving on around, and Rachel has recorded this. Rachel, if you could please stop recording now. Is she still out here? She got 2 of them on. Rachel, if you could stop the recording, because we want to be able to have this on out here. Yay! Y'all, I told you I'm creating these into a YouTube channel. So therefore, if you are a leader, I'm going to empower